Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video of my life skills series. For those who don't know me, my name is Demi. Personal development is something that I eat, sleep, and breathe. And so let's get into it. So for this week's life skill is going to be always be open to another way of thinking or being or processing, because not being open and staying closed-minded, this will stunt your growth tremendously. And it has opened so many different doors in my life. And so I would just like to share a short story about um changing your perception and being open to different ways of thinking. And so with that being said, I've told you guys a lot about my weight loss journey, but I didn't really talk about, like, different society things and that nature. And when I say society, I mean like um, beauty standards, society standards of beauty, and how people are treated based on what they look like, and looks mattering or not mattering, and things of that nature. And so that's what this video is going to be a little bit about. Um, and so, yeah. So I've been, I think, overweight most of my life. According to like the numbers and things like that. And I'm also, just currently being a little bit more mindful about not relying on just a scale and stuff like that. And there's so many things that I've been researching on my own, and stuff like that. So when it comes to weight and weight loss and social perception, I realized when I was a little bit, overweight, I was always pretty in the face. That wasn't ever an issue. But the biggest difference I've seen was when I was really, really small. I lost the most weight that I've ever lost before. And my entire reality was completely different. And then I also gained that weight back, just through, like, stress eating, and not really knowing how, like, my emotional state is connected to my relationship with food and my emotions, and using food as a reward system and stuff like that. And so what I realized is there are a lot of people that'll say, I was treated badly when I was overweight, or when I was big, I was like not really looked at. I can't really say that. All I can say is, because my facial features have, carried most of the weight no matter what size I am. And that's just a fact. And it's a fact because every single person in my life has commented on, my face, my facial features, and the level of attractiveness has just been very obvious. And I say all that to say, for me specifically, it is very important that you pay attention to what is happening as you go through different phases of your life. And for me, I paid attention to, the difference between, I got a little bit more attention, whether it's negative or positive. When I was smaller, there were a lot of people that would like make comments like, how did you lose the weight? Or, um, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you, and blah, 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 blah. But it was crickets when I was overweight. You're only rewarded when, back then, my mindset was, why am I only rewarded after the fact? Why was nobody really there to support me? And I had to check myself. Now more of my mindset is based on responsibility because I am a grown adult. We have to be responsible for how we take care of ourselves and what we put into our bodies. And that is a real thing. Having this childish mindset when it comes to food and goals and nutrition is absolutely unacceptable. And I realized that a lot of people have arrested development when it comes to some of these things. So, yeah, just changing with your age. If you know you are getting to a certain age, there are certain things that need to mature within you. And as a woman, I have been learning those lessons and things of that nature. And so when people say, it's mean to, you know, talk about people who are, larger in size and things of that nature, really that's none of my business. But when I was bigger, like nobody really had an issue. Um, but I lost friends when I got a little bit smaller. You just get different looks and stuff like that. A lot of more jealousy from people. Um, Mainly because some people really, I simply believe that they just haven't put in the work and they want the results without the work. And so some people just kind of, have malicious intent toward you, which that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, I say all that to say, I realized that the world will reward you for taking care of yourself because as I began to lose the weight, I started to feel good putting on any piece of clothing. It doesn't matter what it is, it looks great on me. And that is the best feeling. And nobody can simply take that away from you. And then also, you're just treated, I don't know. You can be physically attractive, but it's something about when you take care of your face and your body that makes people want to do more for you. It's almost like the world is rewarding you for simply taking care of yourself and putting yourself together, not throwing on a bonnet, coming outside well presented and well groomed. And I think this is very, very important as a woman ages because there are a lot of people who still dress like teenagers and they're 35 plus years old, and that isn't okay. And it comes off a certain way. And if and I think that's another reason why college is also important. They had days where it was like professional development days where you would dress professionally and, you just knew what business casual was. Like business casual is not leggings, it's not stretchy pants, it's not, things that a teenage person would wear. And so that's another way that like college kind of like grew me in a way because I had this one mentor who would just come and find me, and whenever we had interviews and stuff like that, she would make sure that we were all together and stuff like that. So that is definitely like was a breeding ground for me. But back to the topic, I could have took the mindset of people treat me bad when I'm big or don't really pay that much attention to me when I'm big, and doors open up more when I am smaller and things like that. But now my overall view of things is just the world will reward you for taking care of yourself, and that's it. No emotions involved, no anything involved. The world will take care of you if you take care of yourself. It is very important that you take care of yourself because if you take care of yourself, that is what you're open to receive. People taking care of you, favoring you. It's not, for me personally, it is not because, oh, that person looks better, oh, that person is smaller, oh, that person is this. It's simply that person has taken care of themselves, you know, in every way that they possibly can, by working out, by eating good, by having a good skincare routine, and just pouring into themselves, taking care of themselves, making sure they don't walk out the house unpolished. Make sure you're looking like a well-groomed person. When you take care of yourself, the world will take care of you. And that is what I've come to realize. It's not about good or bad, or they treat me this when I'm this and they treat me this when I'm that. No, it is just simply the truth of, when you take care of yourself to the best of your ability consistently, in turn, people will take care of you. And that is just something that I just noticed. And there are a lot of people that take, the perception of, you have to be careful of what perception and identity that you're taking on. For me, I prefer a more truth. I just prefer truth versus taking a side. I want truth. Truth is in the middle between good and bad, and there's the truth. There's this side, and then there's that side, and there's the truth. And for me, that is what has helped me the most. So, yeah. But thank you to all my beautiful followers for supporting my page and liking my videos and showing support in the comments. And let me know what you think of this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.